Never got a phone call about I'm sorry for your loss. Never got a phone call about clarification about anything. Never did nothing. Nobody said anything to me. The three of them did not say anything. These are my dad's people. Okay, so nobody called me about shit except one of my uncles. And again, my mama just died. So why the fuck are you talking to me? Why the fuck are you throwing all these questions at me? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to nobody. Everybody needs to leave me the fuck alone. I just watched my mom take her last breath. Leave me alone. I don't. So you asking me all these hardball questions about, do I want to deal with my dad? Do I want to deal with this situation? Yada, 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 yada. I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to say no to anything and everybody. Because that's just what the fuck it is. Leave me alone. I just watched my mom die. The fuck? So I'm not exactly sure, like, if they decided to just take that and run with it without actually even, like, trying to even talk to others that knew the situation. Because mind you, these people never showed up. These people never bothered to help me take care of my mom and my dad. Even after I begged for help. I begged them for help. And they said no. So I'm literally, me and my cousin, it was my mom, me and my cousin. And then when it came to my dad, it was just me. Because then nobody want to deal with my dad because of what he did and how he abetted my brother and what my brother did to my mother. Didn't want to be bothered. So it was all left to me. And they saw how he was, in a health sense when they got over there. So you claim you was worried about, his health, right? But why is the first thing you do is you take him to the bank to remove me from the house accounts and from and put your name in those accounts and also put your name over the account that got all the rest of the money, which is it was a lot of money, So why is that the first thing you do? Why not take him to the hospital? Because you just saw him, or you have heard at least that he just watched his wife take his last breath. So why not take him to the hospital then? No, what you did was you took him all the way around the world and back, all around the city of fucking Chicago, to get y'all names put in things and force him to make you a POA, because he was not trying to make nobody a POA, but y'all forced that on him. Y'all forced it on him. And if it's one thing, I don't care what me and my dad went through, I still was not about to override, because even though my dad might have been losing his faculties, he still had some, very much so. He still can have a conversation with you, a very lucid one. You knew when it was lucid and when it wasn't. So I don't give a damn. My dad did not want to give POA to nobody. And he even said so. He said, not me, not my brothers, nobody, none of y'all getting POA. Very clearly. So the fact that you forced him to do that, you forced him around the city of Chicago to make all these changes. You're telling him that you've got the bank accounts from the house statement or from the house account. And you're telling him that I've made all these fraudulent purchases, right? Yeah, you're telling him I've done all this bad shit. His one last kid, he already had one kid that was a fuck up. So now this other one, his oldest, yeah, she doing the same thing. Was I? Did you bother to ask me what the fuck I was doing? Did you bother to ask me where it was going? Did you even know anything? No, I'm going to tell you. Because I and my dad knew what I was doing. I had to fix up my third bedroom for my mom. I had been doing that for months, trying to fix up my third bedroom to make sure that when she came home to live with me, that she was comfortable. So that means furniture. That means closets. That means a bed. That means supplies. That means just everything, and it also includes painting the walls, because I wanted to be calm. I know how my mom was. That also means making sure that, she has things available to her that make her feel comfortable, right? So my dad knew all this. I spent what I spent, and it wasn't like I spent all of it. Why? Because I still had to make sure I maintained the regular bills. That's something that he always told me. If you're going to do this, I need you to make sure my bills are paid. And I said, you don't have to worry about that. So I run the whole house myself. So I got you, So the last thing he was expecting to hear from his nothing ass people was that his daughter was stealing from him. Mind you, you around here, the three of you motherfuckers around here talking about, I bought a cell phone. Stupid. It wasn't no fucking cell phone. It was a refrigerator. My dad bought me a refrigerator. My Samsung credit card is in my name. It is in my name, and I buy my own shit. Okay? That $1,700 or $1,800 that you saw and tried to tell people that I bought a cell phone with, no, that was a refrigerator, honey. That was a refrigerator. He also got my brakes redone. He also bought me new tires. And it's the thing about my dad that people need to understand, and a lot of people do know, that know me, that knows I'm spoiled. I can admit that shit. I can admit it. My dad might have, he'll gripe and he'll say and whatever, but guess what? And I'm not saying it to toot nobody horn, not mine. I'm not gonna do that. But what I'm saying it for fact. I got what the fuck I wanted. If I need it, I got it. Period. The end. I ain't have to beg him for shit. He gonna talk shit, and he gonna talk shit until he fall off that fucking cliff. And guess what? I'm still gonna get what the fuck I want. So I didn't have to steal anything from him. And those Lyft rides were for him. They were for my mom, and they were for my daughter. Those Lyft rides got him in or back and forward to go and see my mom when she was in the hospital. And it also before my mom went in the hospital to go back and forth to come and see me while we were planning her coming here to live with me. So yeah, no. And then the DoorDash, the Instacart, all of those, I made sure that they ate. And you got to be a goddamn fool if you think I asked my dad while I'm buying his groceries if he can help me buy mine, that he's going to tell me no. Even my own mother was like, get you something to eat. You got to be a fucking idiot if you think that they were going to let me go hungry, let my child go hungry, let my girlfriend go hungry. You got to be a fucking, something's wrong. So, not that I did it every time, but I did buy my groceries sometimes when I bought his groceries. And I had to buy his groceries way more than I bought my own because of my brother. Him steady eating. And it went to the point where instead of me buying $300 worth of shit to go over there, I would just buy things I know my dad ate. And somehow he still would end up taking it. And it even got to the point where I even started wondering with the McDonald's or the Chick-fil-A, because he loved their salads, I really was starting to wonder, was he even getting that food that I was sending him? And I mean, I don't know, because I would ask him. And, of course, my dad is going to be my dad and is going to say whatever he's going to say to defend his boy. Whatever. So, and that $750 that y'all, the check that you saw that was written in cash, that was for the closet system for my third bedroom for my mom. That was what that was for. And you also saw other checks that was written that those were for tuitions. That was Hermione's tuition. Yeah. I ain't write shit to cash for myself. Anything that I used, I asked my dad. I ain't take shit. Because again, I don't need to take shit. And I don't need to steal shit. Please understand. I ain't need to do none of that. And not to mention, I have my own. So, while you around here pumping this narrative, and I'm going to also throw something else in the works. Nathaniel. Okay? Because I don't give a fuck about dropping your name at all. The conversation you had with me at that family reunion about my dad's house and about the fact that he should be trying to sell it. So because they're getting old and it's too much for them to handle. So they need to try to sell the house. Yeah, they got to try to do something with that house. Do you know how much it's worth? The land is worth more than the house, honey. But yeah, I know how much. I know because I know what spot it's in. I know, what that house could be worth if it was fixed up properly. Yes, I do know. I'm very aware. But why are you concerning yourself with that?